Cheapy Chinese carbide turning tools. Are they any good? Let's find out. I'm chuffed a bit to say that this video is sponsored by Banggood, who have provided me with some carbide turning tools last month to test out and make a video on. I already buy loads of stuff from them, so I was very happy to be approached to do a video on some of their products. I'm hoping I can do a few more if they let me. Now, I'll put an affiliate link of the stuff I'm using in this video in the description, so if you're interested in buying some yourself, I get a small cut of the sales, so it helps me fund the channel, and of course it doesn't cost you a penny more. Until recently, I've been mostly using traditional tools for wood turning, not appreciating how awesome carbide turning tools are. Some say they are the easy mode for wood turning, and where you should start if you're new. But that, and the pros and cons of these versus traditional tools, that's a whole other topic altogether, and I'm not going to go too far into that now because there are some very passionate opinions out there, and this shirt ain't flameproof. But here are the facts. You don't need to sharpen them, although you can, and they are extremely easy to use. With traditional tools you've got to sharpen them, of course, but with carbide tools you can simply replace the carbide tip when it starts to get blunt, or rotate the tip around to find a new sharp edge. Now, unlike your traditional skew chisels and gouges which cut the wood, the carbide tips scrape the wood like a scraper. So theoretically you won't get as good a finish, but you don't need to fret about riding the bevel and alternating your different cutting angles and stuff. Most of the time you just want your cutting edge perpendicular to the centre of the work with the tool completely level. With the simpler cutting angles and the fact that you don't have to learn any of the skills of sharpening, it's easy to see why carbide turning tools are recommended as the beginner tools. Now, the tips come in a range of profiles, and I've chosen these 3 flavours because they're the most commonly used. The square profiles are mostly used for roughing because they can hog out a large amount of material quick, and straight, so perfect for making square stuff round. The corners allow the quick creation of tenons too, so really helpful to prepare stuff for a chuck. And you can get them completely square or with a tiny radius on the edges, which will allow for a slightly less aggressive cut. Now, these particular ones are indexed as well, so it's easy to know what edge has gone dull, although pro tip, you could also use a marker pen just to scribble on what edge is dull. The round profiles are used for finishing and indeed making much smoother cuts. You can almost get away without sanding if used right. Almost. It is still a scraper after all. The diamond profiles are detailers and indeed used for detailing. You can get them with a complete point or a tiny radius like you see here, and with some care you can really add some nice detail to your work, or you can just plunge it in and make some nice lines. The only carbide tool I used before was this one I made myself, and you can check out the video here if you want to see how I made it. Now, I've been using this tool a lot over the last year for making pens, so pen making is probably my common frame of reference for comparison. You're not going to see me make any bowls or anything. However, I've also managed to get my hands on some premium carbide turning tools made by Easy Wood Tools. Check it out. Now, these are nice tools and they come highly recommended by other wood turners. However, they average around $120 each. Now, there's no denying they are indeed nice, and the handles are nice hard maple with a good finish, and the build quality is just great, I admit. And while the ergonomics are important, it's this little bit that does all the work. Now, if you really can't live without the nice handles, well, you're a wood turner, right? You could just make your own. Easy Wood Tools claim they use a superior grade of carbide tips. But while I believe that could be true, I've not felt any evidence that it makes a difference so far. And again, if the tips are really that good, well, I hate to go all Trigger's broom on you, but you could buy those separately and then give them a go. Each of the Banggood tools is well packaged and comes with an appropriately sized Torx key so you can remove the cutter, which is a nice little nicety that I wasn't expecting. I thought I'd have to use my own tools. Now, the handles seem to be quite well made. They're listed on the website as wooden. It looks and feels like beech. The metal shank is listed as alloy steel and seems to be hard enough to avoid dings on the tool rest, and it has a suitable little radius on each corner, so it's comfortable enough to grip as well. So, the actual cutting experience. Now, I've been making pens and snowmen solely using these tools for the past few weeks, and honestly, I'm feeling no difference between these and the premium tools. They're just as sharp out of the box, although I suspect the carbide tips in the premium tools might last a little bit longer. And while they are cheaper handles, well, they are comfortable to use, and I don't think they're likely to break. And again, if I really want to make nice handles, well, I could just make some. Now, a friend of mine, William Head, suggested that these tools might have an issue of breaking if the shaft doesn't go into the wood. Giggity. Even went as far as to say I should cut one open. Jolly good idea, Will. But I like my new tools, so let's just use a stud detector instead. Seems to not go too far. Couple of inches. Let's try the premium tools as a comparison. Oh, okay. It's about the same. There we go. Not full tang into the wood, but it looks like the budget tools compare just as good as the premium ones. Now, I'm not an experienced turner, and I've only been wood turning for a few years now, but I know enough to confidently say that these tools are fantastic tools for a new wood turner. So would I buy these if I had to start over? Yes, I most definitely would. I mean, clearly they're not quite as nice as the Easy Wood Tools premium tools, but they get the job done at less than a quarter of the price. At $25 a pop versus $100, it's a no-brainer which one is better value. But as an extra special bonus, Banggood have given me this promo code to share as well. I'll pop it in the description below. Check it out. It gives you 10% off, I think. Now, if you found this video helpful or liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. But please tell me in the comments below why. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And remember to check out the links I've put in the description below. Banggood do some awesome stuff if you're a maker, and definitely worth checking out.